Hi, thanks everyone for coming. And I think you already heard about Taurus project and that nice tool. So I want to show you the progression of how you orchestrate complicated tests with different kinds of tools. I will not deep dive into what Taurus does internally. I want to show you how the spectrum changes from performance tests to functional tests of web services to mobile tests, and that it's all covered by single tool set, and that enables you to test any kinds of applications. So we usually start with more natural to Taurus part of the spectrum, which is performance tests. You can write those scripts to run the performance test with JMeter, and the command line to launch that is BZT, and name of the file. In this case, it's Taurus JMeter. And you get that nice reporting, statistical, about a lot of transactions happening. Here we go. And the problem of those performance tests is not much to see about the exact test going, because you cannot see hundreds of virtual users kicking your website at the same moment. You can only see some statistics and the graphs there. It's okay. We use the Taurus tool to trigger that test. I will use the same tool to make the Selenium test to be running. And the scripting is mostly the same, slightly different language internally, but the concept of executing it is the same. It's BZT, Taurus, Selenium. And now Taurus will bring up the browser, and let's catch that browser. So this is now something to see. We have automated the browser-based test, which now will be loading the web page and performing the scenario, typing some keys there. And it will continue just because I asked it to loop and repeat that test in a loop. And now let's get familiar with that nice project called Appium. There's a whole technology called Appium, which allows you to automate mobile tests, emulated or real devices, and even native applications. So you can automate the native application testing and the mobile application testing. This is the project. It's open source technology. So that's the guitar. It's not us. It's guitar.
Sorry, the guitar wanted to speak.
And there is some existing scripts written in Python to test using that technology. This is examples from Appium website. And I have the same concept of using those scripts in directory called Python. But this time, let's concentrate more on how exactly do we do that with Taurus. First difference is that I had to attach a couple of service modules into my configuration file to enable integration with Appium, starting and shutting down Appium server. I would use this Android emulator service module with Taurus to bring up and shut down emulated Android device. And there's some configuration which Android device I would be using. I have emulator called Nexus 5X with API level 24. And that's generally it. My command line would be BZT Taurus Appium, and the things that will start happening. It will bring up the Android emulator. It will bring up the Appium server, and it will start test of mobile application. It takes some time to load all of those APKs. I hope you all see that. All of those APKs into memory. And there's a bunch of tests that will be executed there. All of that is used with the same Taurus tool, which connects those three and even more pieces internally. It's Android emulator, Appium server, Python unit test, and the orchestrator, which observes that the test actually is going. Is it testing? Yeah, it's testing. There's a bunch of tests doing different actions on the demo applications inside the mobile. And the beauty of Taurus as technology is that you can actually ask it to run them all. We were seeing JMeter, Selenium, and mobile emulation. And now I will ask it to run those all together.
So wait, we're going to have Selenium and Appium, browser and mobile. Can I run JMeter as well? Can it make coffee? Not yet. On the roadmap.
We will not see JMeter because it's network level testing. We can see some browser popping up and Android. So this can spare you some time if you want to test some specific combinations of technologies working at once. So this is single command. You can put that into Jenkins. There were examples of how to put that into Jenkins. It's not my goal to show you that in conjunction of Jenkins. You can put it into virtual display that will be running headless inside Jenkins. The main idea is that I have different technologies running tests at the same time, probably against the same application, using completely different media and application kinds. This is all capable through Taurus tool, which is open source and free for you to try. And it helps you to orchestrate these kind of complicated things. Thank you.